Okay, welcome back. Last time we went back to the Great Canyon and we learned about some bandits. So when we went back, we got jumped by Greymon and also his two Agumon associates. Basically, though, we managed to fight them off. Honestly, it was surprisingly simple. We managed that very comfortably, to be totally honest. So they ran away, and then we found their fortress at the bottom of the Great Canyon. So we went on in there and fought them again, and then Greymon made another escape, but we didn't find out where he went. We also heard a voice from somewhere further out, but we couldn't quite get to them. So I ended up coming back to the city because I just completely ran out. I completely just ran out of kind of MP restoring items. So I'm now back in the city and just kind of stocking up on stuff. So pretty much my goal here is I know that I have a couple of major fights coming up and I'm going to try one of them. I don't know if I can win it though, is the thing. So every now and then you get progress blockers. They're kind of like the in-game progress checks to see how strong you are at a certain point in the game. But before I go and do anything else, I'm going to quickly go into the item keeper, mostly just to drop off that HP chip just on the off chance that I lose this fight. I say just on the off chance, it's entirely possible, if not likely. So hey, let's just see what we have, and I have plenty of healing items available. Also, I'm going to go and talk to Digimon, and he's going to quickly just run through every single Digimon that's joined the city so far, and will basically tell us what they've done. Right after Meramon gets to go to the bathroom, because, well, he just popped up to say that he needed to go to the bathroom, and realistically, I kind of want to, make sure that he's at least well taken care of, and, not running into any fences. Although, realistically, there's a whole lot of fences in this game. Actually, now that I think about it, there really aren't. Anyway, let's go and talk to Digimon, and he'll basically run through what we've said about everything else that's joined the city up to this point. Okay, so, you did it! Agumon came to the city and he started a business over there. Hopefully more Digimon will be like him. Palmon came here and plans to expand the meat field. Then we can get lots of meat. Kunimon came here and wants to eat the grass. I hope you'll eat the weeds. Santarumon came here and plans to open up a clinic. No more worrying about getting sick or hurt. Koalamon came here and he wants to open a shop. The city'll flourish. Betamon is just the same dialogue. Bakemon came here and said something I didn't understand. Yes, well that's okay. Tyrannomon came here and said that his cooking is the best. Well, it has its appeal. Meramon came here and said that he's the Chief of Flames. He's fueled with motivation. Monochromon came here and Monochromon came here talking about working as an item shop manager. He's a professional. Yeah, he is. Dromojimon came here and talked about making treasure hunting a full-time job. It's a big job. And with that, the prosperity of the city is currently at 18 out of 100, by the way. So, pretty much, when we do absolutely everything, when we get every single Digimon we can, prosperity will be at 100. But because we are now past 15, we'll get this interaction. I found you! Oh no, he's coming right for us. I mean, that's a fair response, to be fair. I finally met you. I'm Greymon. Now let's settle things. What? I got here by following the rumors about you. I want to fight you. If I win, I want this street sign. There's no sign. I don't care, let's fight anyway. Okay, so now we get to fight Greymon. Greymon will turn up here if you have more than 15 prosperity points. However, if you do lose this fight, he won't just automatically turn up again as soon as you go outside. Because if that happened, the game would very quickly soft lock itself. Because in that scenario, if you lost to Greymon a couple of times and ended up with a baby Digimon, you'd probably just get your teeth kicked in and just never be able to make any progress. However, also I stocked up on small recoveries. I got specifically small recoveries because they only cost 100. They cost 100 and heal 500, whereas medium recoveries heal 1500 and cost 500. So basically, three small recoveries do the same effect as one medium one. So I kind of just went with that for the maths. And since I don't have a massive health bar right now, since I'm not having to worry about having like 8,000 health, I feel pretty okay doing that for now. However, Greymon, as you can tell, he is a heavy hitter. He is definitively a heavy hitter. I mean, realistically, he is like, in the anime at least, he was the linear, because in the anime they made evolutions a lot more linear, as opposed to the many branching paths that Digivolution has in the games and everything. But to be fair, Greymon was the evolved form of Agumon, and that makes perfect sense. You can see like where the evolution comes from. It feels like he feels like the natural evolution. Okay, as soon as we get back up, I'm popping Fireball and just going for the damage. Because since he's confused, I should be able to mash this out and not get interrupted. Bang, we hit him for 976. This is looking very good. I'm going to heal up on my MP just a little bit. I don't know if you can actually block when you're confused. However, Meramon, I need you to attack, and I need you to attack right now. That hit at the absolute, like, that was like final frame that could have landed. Okay, now I'm going to do a big heal. Big heal because I'm in danger, but I only need to hit him one more time and we win this fight. That's a huge win. That's a colossal win for Meramon. Let's go. Okay, so with that, Greymon is defeated. And also drops an offense chip. Very nice. Hey, you guys are good, but to finish your goal, you're still amateurs. I'll stay and train you. You'll get much better. Okay, so with that, Greymon joins the city. Greymon is a champion rank Digimon, and he will basically add an arena into the city. And I'm going to go and drop off this third offense chip, because now I have enough to just instantly boost something's attack stat by 150, I think. Because I have 3 of those things now, and I'm just going to keep a hold of those for as long as I need to, and then just probably cram them into whatever I have when I'm going to go fight the last boss. But for now, let's quickly go and check out the arena. So the arena serves as basically having a whole bunch of tournaments you can do. You can use this to just kind of, you know, make yourself a bit more powerful, learn some new moves, I think. And a few Digimon will appear here now that... Basically, a few Digimon that we can recruit will appear as, like, little opponents in here. And it'll also expand a bit with a couple of more Digimon later. So if we go over here, we have Greymon. Oh, you can't... look at this great File City arena. Cool, huh? Soon contestants and fans will fill this up. You also want to bring joy to the fans, right? They'll prepare money and prizes for tournament winners. You got nothing to lose. For details on the tournament, check out the machine there. So there's a machine over in the corner. That basically is... It'll just tell you the information about the tournament. Pretty much, it is a series of 1v1 fights. It's a standard tournament bracket. And, yeah, pretty much, that's just how it works. And because I haven't done it yet, I don't remember if I've shown it yet. So I'm quickly going to run back and actually kind of just pop back into Gigimon's house and quickly register Meramon in this. Oh, I had actually gone through it. Basically, you can keep these for basically just use in the battle mode. But you don't really need them. I'll probably never use it, but hey, they're there. And now we can head back on out into the world. Actually, do I have enough items now from... you know what? I probably have enough. I should probably go and buy another autopilot, though. Whatever, it'll be fine. I can walk back if I need to. I've played enough of this game in my time, but I feel like I can naturally avoid some wild Digimon pretty well. Especially in the earlier areas. So, let's head back on out to the Great Canyon. Because we do have one thing left to do there. However, it's another pretty tough boss, so I'm a little bit worried about it. But hey, well, to be totally honest, I was concerned about Greymon. Like, I was more concerned about Greymon than I was concerned about that one, so I think we should probably be okay. if Piximon is here, I'm not going to fight Piximon. Piximon would actually still just annihilate me. Oh, the game just stopped. Oh. Oh, well, that's bad. So, basically, actually, Digimon will explain it in just a second. It seems Meramon has faded away. Before fading away, he gave birth to a Digitama. He will be reborn with his abilities. Which egg do you want? I'm gonna go with this kind of orangey one. Okay, so, depending on which egg you choose, you get a different baby Digimon. And now we have to start the entire training process from the beginning again. We now have to raise him from a baby all the way back up to the power house that he once was. Have it. You can choose to rename him if you want. No, we're going to keep his name as is. So we now have Poyomon. Poyomon will evolve. Basically, baby Digimon evolve in like 6 hours. Then I think it's like another day to a rookie level. So let's have a quick look. We have Poyomon. He apparently does a little electric move. However, until he becomes a rookie level Digimon, he can only kind of like blow bubbles. And then he'll turn... Basically, the baby Digimon will always turn directly into something else. Then they kind of branch out into 2 each, I think. Yeah, and then there's one secret one, but I do know how to get that secret one. I'm probably not going to go for it right now, but I might at a later time. Actually, maybe I should. No. However, I do know what I do know what Poyomon will turn into. So for now, I'm just gonna, focus on getting them some stats. And speed, I know, is going to be an important one for him. And, oh, he's hungry. And obviously, we have to keep on top of these things because right now, we're basically just going to be training for, like, the next episode from here on out. Because this is all we now have. Because if we go out and even try to fight a Madoki Betamon with this, we will lose. Like, straight up, we will not win that fight. We will get annihilated. Like, straight up, like, death in one shot. However, if you come to, if you go all the way out to the frozen north, with a baby Digimon, which obviously I'm not gonna do because I'm not psychotic right now. I don't have the ability to get there safely, so I'm not going to do it. So for now, I'm gonna leave it and come back and try to do that at a much later time. But basically, you need to let a Digimon that's either too young or like just hates the cold get sick and eventually pass out from the cold. And if you do that, eventually you can get, I think it's Frigimon. I'm pretty sure that's the requirement to get Frigimon. However, I'm basically just getting to work on his stats straight away. Because obviously we need the stats to evolve into certain things. We lost Meramon and he didn't evolve into an ultimate level Digimon because we didn't have the required stats to make him evolve into one. However, this is always a scripted one. Poyomon will always turn into Tokomon. Honestly, that animation took a little bit longer than I expected it to. But yeah, we will now have a Tokomon. Tokomon is cute. I like Tokomon. But now I'm just going to continue to focus on... Basically, I'm going to try to get everything up to like 50. I'm going to try to get everything to 50 and then start looping back around again. So speed is now up at 50. And he isn't hungry or anything. So let's teach this. What even is Tokomon? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Oh, he needs to go to the bathroom. Off we go. Off we go. And he's hungry? Okay. So, bathroom break, then he can go and have some food, and then we can get back to work. Oh, also, depending on the evolution level of your Digimon, they will then... I think they sleep for shorter amounts of time. Like, when it was Poyomon right there, it didn't sleep for very long. Like, it was asleep for, what, like an hour, maybe 2 in-game? But now it is time to just focus on these stats, because, honestly, even though it's an in-training Digimon, we will still just get absolutely annihilated if we try to do anything. Because, well, it's still in, quote, in training. And also I haven't, given it anything to its attack stat, so it would just get annihilated in a battle. And obviously that would be pretty bad for me. And he needs to go to the bathroom again. And I nearly started that, and that would have been bad. Because if you start the training as pretty much as soon as the thing that says it needs to go to the bathroom pops up, I think that's basically an immediate fail because you skip an hour. Which obviously isn't good for me, and also I am going to quickly... I'm going to go feed Tokomon again, and then I'm also going to go and pick up the next thing. Because, well, it's been a couple of days, so we can go and pick up some more, we can go get more giant meat from, whatchamacallit. Oh, we also get the rain plant now. Oh, this is I got the rain plant fruit. This is important. This will be important soon. I'll do it once we have an actually evolved Digimon again. Here's 3 pieces of giant meat for a day. Okay, so, you know what? I'm gonna risk it. I might come to regret this, but I'm gonna go and try to get that secret 9th one. I'm gonna go and try to get the secret 9th rookie Digimon. I'm absolutely coin flipping as to whether or not I'll get it, but let's go and see. Unfortunately, I don't need to get into any fights to do it. However, there are a couple of evolutions that do require your Digimon to actually die, which isn't exactly ideal, but it is, it's how you get a few. I think you can get Devimon by having an Angemon and just letting it die, which is pretty bad. So if we go to Kunemon's bed and let our in-training Digimon go to sleep, there is a 50-50 shot that it will evolve into a Kunemon. And we did not get the 50-50, so I just wasted like 2 in-game hours. Okay, 2 in-game hours is maybe a little bit of a... Maybe that's a little bit of a reach, but it is something that's a little bit inconvenient. However, we also have the rain plant fruit now. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, we have that, and we'll need that back in the tropical jungle. But I don't remember if it requires a fight or not, and as a result of me not knowing if it requires a fight, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it until I have at least a, like, somewhat remotely... until I at least have a Digimon that I feel like it can defend itself, I guess. Like, if I have a Digimon that can defend itself, I think it'll be okay. And speaking of defending itself, while we're here, let's boost up its attack a little bit. Okay, that is still nothing, but hey. Pretty much, this is going to be a long time now, because we are just grinding for stats. And unfortunately, this is the nature of Digimon World. There are a couple of ways. There are some things later in the game. There are 2 Digimon that will upgrade the gym and basically make it so you get more stats faster. However, I don't have access to them yet, and you get them really late. Basically, I will need to go fishing to get them. And also it requires doing a fishing minigame that I've never actually done in this game before. And also requires fishing at a very specific time of day and getting a whole bunch of stuff. And then we get to go through one area and then just kind of talk to a couple of things, and then it works. Which is, not exactly ideal, but hey. Okay, so we have 50 offense now. Very nice. Let's boost that up 2 more times, get it up to 50. I don't think there's any, like, set requirement to... Nope. Back to the bathroom we go. Back to the bathroom we go with, Tokomon. We do have Tokomon, right? Yes, we have Tokomon. We have Tokomon. The one sat in front of the gym is Koromon. Depending on what we get... So, pretty much, all 4 of the baby Digimon do appear in File C. So, Poyomon is in the bank, Bottomon sits just next to Digimon, Punimon used to be in the chair in in Gigimon's house, and now he's kind of sat in the now he's kind of just sat in the shop. And then Euromon is out front, in front of Gigimon's house, and he will basically just be like, hey, here is information. Pretty much, Poyomon tells you about how, like, Digivolution works, and basically how long your life cycles are. Also, I'm not running all the way back to Kunamon's bed to try that again, so I'm just gonna let Tokumon have a nap here, and then we can just get right back to work on our stats in the morning. However, I will say that I do quite like how... I don't know if it was intentional or not, but in training, Digimon never seem to get tired. Like, they never seem to get exhausted from working too hard. Although I don't know if that's because it's meant to be like, oh, well, they're basically a kid, they're full of energy. Yeah, what? But I don't know. Because basically, the evolutionary thing for Digimon, I guess, is like, basically being like a baby, then like, I guess a toddler, then the Rookie one is like, I guess Rookie is like child-ish, then like Champion is like teenager, I suppose, and then Ultimate is like an adult, I suppose? I don't know how Digimon works. Like, I know that this is probably a huge revelation at this point, but yeah. The fact that I have to stop and do all of this training again, and will likely have to do this 2 or 3 more times before credits roll, yeah, this is why I was worried about doing this as a series. And, oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a bathroom run as soon as this evolves, because unless it decides it doesn't need to anymore, let's see what Tokumon will evolve into. Yo, we have a Biomon? Okay, that's cool. Okay, I really like that. We have Biomon. I really like Biomon. However, Biomon now needs to sleep. However, I do really like Biomon. It's very cute. Okay. And now we need to, you know, boost up its stats a whole bunch because, well, one, I need it to, you know, have actual HP and MP. So what I'm going to do is I'll focus on getting all of its other stats up to 100 first. Like, I'll focus on getting its brains, speed, and everything up to 100. And then after that, I'll focus on getting, like, over 1,000 HP and MP, I think. Realistically, I should probably try to just go about it in a more practical way. Actually, what can Biomon even learn? It has Electric Cloud. Oh, and I can teach it some of the fire moves as well. So let's teach it Spitfire as well. Mostly just so I have multiple options available. I like having the options now. Because Biomon is obviously a bird, obviously. And it needs to go to the bathroom real quick. Also, I do quite like how it has almost... It's not... That's almost more like an insect walk, by the sound of it. Although, I'm just happy to have Biomon. Biomon is really cool. Out of all of the kind of main ones that the kind of main characters of the anime had, Biomon was always one of my favorite ones. I was also a huge fan of Gomamon. I liked Gomamon a lot. I don't think you can actually get Gomamon or Tentomon in this game, though. Which is a bit weird. Like, I know Tentomon is in the game. I know you can get Kabuterimon. But I don't think you can actually get Tentomon. And that's always been a little bit weird to me. It's like, but why? Like, why are these two not here, but all the other ones are? Because I know you can get Patamon, I know you can get Biomon, I know you can get Agumon and Gabumon. Obviously, they're like the two kind of main guys. Like, they're probably, you know, if you see a marketable plushie of Digimon, you'll probably see those two first, especially at this time. Because, you know, at this point, this was when the series was brand new. We didn't have all the other ones that would be added at way later times. I don't even know what... Like, I'll be totally honest. I have... my knowledge of Digimon kind of gets to about Digimon Tamers, and then kind of stops dead. Like, I know next to nothing of anything past that. And even then, my knowledge isn't exactly the best, because I never actually sat and watched Digimon Tamers either. I do remember I played a tiny amount, and by that I mean a tiny fraction of an amount of, I think it was Digimon World Dusk? It was either Dawn or Dusk. I know that they released at the same time on the DS. And I assume that they were meant to be like, you know, the Pokemon equivalent, because Pokemon loves releasing games in twos. Okay, let's get these stats up to 100 and continue our grind, because this is gonna take a while. Now I know what you may be thinking. You may be thinking, well, why don't you just edit all of this out? I could, realistically, if I was being more responsible, I probably should. But this is an essential part of the Digimon World experience, and I want you to experience it with me. Even if it is painfully slow, miserable, and kind of boring. Yes, I am sorry I am subjecting you all to this. But hey, oh, Biyomon got tired as well, so that's not exactly great for me. But at the same time, I can understand why Biyomon would be tired. It has literally been training since about 20 seconds after it was... Like, it has been training since about 20 seconds after it was born, so... Let's go and let Biyomon take a little nap, and then we can get back to work. Because this is going to take a while. Like, the rest of this episode, and probably some of the next one, will likely all be grinding. Which is weird, because, like, it's weird to refer to it as that, because it isn't even grinding. I'm not grinding at all. Like, straight up, I'm not doing any grinding. Like, I'm not I don't know, I guess I technically am, because I'm, you know, doing everything I can to get better stats, but I'm not necessarily grinding, because I'm not fighting anything. However, I am gonna have to go and do some training soon. I say that like I haven't been doing that for, you know, the entire in-game day. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll get all the stats to 100, I'll get the stats that's ready to what I want them to be, and hopefully I'll still have a little bit of time before Biyomon will evolve. And then I'm going to go and do some fights in the forest with Biyomon, and just kind of see how she does. Because I think Biyomon has potential to be really good, and I like Biyomon a whole lot. But also I know that if I max out, if I, you know, supercharge its stats and everything, and I will find myself in an inconvenient point. Right, so... Are you nearly at 100 defense? That is... Okay, I need to do, what, 5 more? I need to do 5 more things of Biyomon getting punched in the face, which realistically is very, very mean, now that I think about it. It's like, yeah, to do this training, we need your Digimon to get punched in the face really hard. It's like... I mean, I get that it's I guess... Like, I guess that works for defense training, but it's still very mean. It's like, okay, I get that defending from an attack is I get that defending yourself is probably a good way to, you know, boost your defense. But also, I feel bad. I feel bad because I basically just started training this little bird to basically be my protector here, and I'm letting it just get punched in the face repeatedly. Although realistically, considering the fact I'm going to be going out and fighting things, I'll, you know, shooting lightning and fire and everything, maybe just getting punched in the face a couple of times isn't that bad comparatively. Okay, so now because I can stop this, like, immediately, yeah, I'm just going to go and do the speed stat next. Speed stat, I love training the speed stat, it's so fast, it's so easy to do. 10 out of 10, there's the speed stat, done. Also because I probably because I also put a fair bit of effort into training that just as soon as I could. I think I don't know how it works. I imagine that it's like, depending on, like, it's probably a clean split. Like, if you focus on one side, like, if you focus on if you focus more heavily onto defense, you probably get one thing, and you probably get a different one if you focus more onto offense. I imagine that's how that works. Although, to be totally honest, my guess is as good as anyone else's, because... Okay, Correction. My guess is as good as most people's, but there will be people who know absolutely everything about this game. I am not one of them. And honestly, I kind of wish I was, because this game has probably a whole bunch of stuff to it. Like, this game probably has a ridiculous amount of stuff to it that I have never known or thought about. Also, actually, hang on, wait, I just had a thought. I don't know if we're going to be able to get time to see Biomon do its kind of special move. Which is going to be kind of a shame, because I would quite like to see Spiral Twister. I don't think I've ever seen it in this game. Okay, let's go and let Biomon take a nap and then get right back to training. Because, hey, we're getting there. I say that, but we are very... I say that, like... I say that, but we are genuinely very slowly getting there. I don't know when, but I think there is one, like, a secret store that you can get later where they do sell, like, the upgrade chips. Which, if that becomes true... Like, if that's true, and I can actually just go and buy a whole bunch of them, I'm sure that they're probably just stupidly expensive. Like, I'm sure that that is... Like, I'm sure that they exist and are stupidly expensive. But hey, if I can go and get them, and just buy them for cheap, that'd be super good. And I made a mistake. I should have gone shopping when I had the baby Digimon with me. Because as soon as you get that to happen... Basically, you get a discount if you have a baby or in-training Digimon with you. Biomon's tired again. I mean, I only let it rest for an hour, and it's hungry. Okay, let's... Oh, and I haven't gone to get food today by the looks of things. I need to really start thinking a lot smarter about this, because we are at a point where Biomon is getting tired, and also Yeah, I need to go and let Biomon rest. Basically, Biomon is gonna go here, take a nap, wake up, and just immediately go back to sleep. Yep. Okay, so we just let Biomon have a little nap, and now Biomon wakes up and immediately wants to go to sleep. Okay, so today we lost so I'm going to end off today's episode here. Today we unfortunately lost Maramon, but honestly he went out a hero, taking down Greymon in the process. And now we got Poyomon trained up to Tokomon, and now we have Biomon. I'm going to end off today's episode here, and next time we're going to continue to train Biomon, and hopefully get to see it actually do a couple of fights. So I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment and click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all next time for more Digimon World. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.